Hi all, so welcome to the today's tutorial. So we will do some optimization in the game, and next, if time persists, we will add some features like when we are hitting the player, like nothing is happening, and that affects that blood spilling effect is not looking good. So first remove that. So first option is to like remove that code, or else what we can do in the asset fx, we can just uncheck this, save, we check, that is working. Second, right now it is pretty much neutral, right? Like when we are shooting at the boy, he's not reacting to it, so we will add that code too. Okay, and second thing is I have got more optimization. Like when we are shooting, it is like giving you that effect, but the thing is these are like physics, right? We have, if I'm not wrong, we have turned on the simulate physics. No, here also simulate. Okay, we haven't checked the simulate physics yet, but we will turn it on. And when we are shooting any of those, then like cylinder which is here, it should also had some impact. So we will do that. So how we will do, just go to the cylinder, go to space. So this is the inflammable base. So here's the code. So when the bullet is hitting, what we were doing, we were doing all these things, right? So first thing is we will remove the code. Reason being is like they are not affecting to the physics. So first we will turn on the physics. So in inflammable, this is physics. So first I will check. So we have to do like this: if all the inflammables are physics based or not. It might be a possibility like they are not physics based, but if they are, then we have to simulate the physics on the static mesh. So what we will do, in the describable only, we will create a variable, new property, edit anywhere, blueprint read only, ball b physical object or simulated object. By default we can turn it to true. So what it will do, it will like make everything physics enabled, and in the constructor, if it is like the physics enabled is there, if b simulated object is there, then sm inflammable mesh dot simulate physics, we will turn it to true. Cancel, let's press save. Okay, so just compile and we will see, because this electro one, the generator, so its parent is also the same, if I'm not wrong, the electro base. If we will go to the electro base, and the parent is the destroyable base. So if it gets done, so let's check if we do have those options. So electro, check for that variable simulate object, just uncheck this, compile and save, and all other will be simulated. So let me bring up, let me simulate it. Okay, next thing is we have to, let me check if they have the collision. So select it, so simple collision, it is there. they are going down. Okay, collision, query physics. Okay, next thing is like if they are, like they are physical objects, we want object type to be a physics body. The reason being is we will code accordingly, so they will not be the world static anymore because they are physics controlled. So we will go to the begin play again. Mm, Inflammable, destroyable, begin play. So if this is true, well, let's do one thing. Like by default we will keep it by default it is true, right? So if it is true, thinking to have everything on the physics side. So let's do like this: sm inflammable mesh dot set collision object type to e collision channel to physics body. Let me compile it again. It's successful. Let me check if in the generator they have updated. I don't think they will update by default. Give me a second. Okay, so they have not updated the object type, but we have done it in the constructor and we have created this class already, so this is why it is not updating. So how we can check if we have done this the right thing? Go to the blueprint, electro base, right? So m destroyable base, just make a class of m electro base, go to it, select the mesh and check if the profile is updated. So it is showing the physics body, so that means we are correct. So we have to manually update those that option from these bodies. So what we will do, we will go to the inflammable base and electro base, open it and select the static mesh, and we will select the physics body. Okay, I have to restart. Okay, we are up. Go to the content browser again, go to the actors, electro base and inflammable base, open them, go to the static mesh, world static to the physics body, compile and save with electro base. Electro base, we don't want them. Okay, they have updated the physics body. Perfect. But this generator, these let's check them if they have updated. Yes, they have. So just save everything, Control Shift S, and we have updated. So if we will simulate, they will go down if I'm not wrong. Okay, so next thing is the collision we have to set, because right now as soon as we will simulate it, it will go down, right? So first check their collision settings, collision enabled, and it is query and physics, which is correct. We have to check if we do have proper collision here. Okay, so we can see like here the collision in this area is not set. So what we will do, select these or select one of these and check what is the preset settings here. The collision block all query in physics. It seems correct. Okay, so the issue is like by default what we have done, we have set all the channels to ignore, right? And this thing is the world static, this is world static. So like world static they are ignoring, so this is why we it is happening. So what we will do, we will do the ECC underscore world static to block. It will sort the things up. Control B. Go to the inflammable base. If the code it's updated or not, so world static, just undo it. Okay, so the code is not updated. Either you have to restart it, like, or you have to manually do it. So base, electro base, world static, block. See, now it is working. Let's check if the shooting feature is working or not. It is. So right now also, if you will look at it carefully, if I will shoot, see, other two cylinders are there, like they are just lying there, nothing is happening to them. So how we will do that? So the implementation which we have done previously, we have to modify it, because it is just affecting the player, it is not affecting any physical objects, any physical simulating bodies. So we will change the implementation. How we will do that? Go to the destroyable base, next the inflammable base. So first what we will do, at the runtime we will spawn the radial force component. What it do, a radial force component, like you have to give the origin and you have to give the radius. So inside this radius, whatever bodies which we have selected by default, it will put the impulse to them. First make sure, like, you understand that it will just apply the impulse, it won't make any difference to their, it won't provide any damage. So for the damage we will use the same code which we were using. It just like the impulse thing, we have to change the code, because previously what we were doing, we were getting this sphere overlap actors, we were getting all the actors and we were applying the launch character, and then we were applying the damage. So what we will do, we will put this code first, like we will first apply the damage to all the players, then we will simulate the physics, right, like using this radial component. So let's do that. So first thing is we have to remove the sphere overlap. Okay, but we have to, and okay, one more thing, like previously we were using the point damage, and using the inflammable base we don't have that info, right, like we don't have, like because it should be dependent on the radius, like from how far you are from the damaged actor who is applying the damage. So we will change the implementation. So let me check FX sound. Okay, after this we have to change the implementation. So first we will apply the gameplay statics, apply radial damage. We can also go for radial damage with the follow. What it will do, let's imagine if you are exactly in the origin, you will get some effect, but if you are far away from it, if the distance is more, you will get less effect. But we do want it to be even, so we are using apply radial damage. Get world base damage will be 9999. We want it proper to be dead, and the origin will be get actor location. Next is the damage radius, so this is important. So previously we were using the 400 radius, so we will use the same, or like we will increase it by 1000. And next is, we should go for 400 is also good. Next is the u damage type class, so u damage type, take class, and the ignored actor, we don't have any, or do we have? We want to ignore, no, nothing. Next is the damage causer, so which is the current actor, and the a controller, which is gpc get player controller pc. Okay, I think we are good. So we have done this part which we were doing before. Next is the launch character thing which we were doing. So okay, first let me comment this because we have done these things. Next thing is the launch character. This is only remaining. So u radial force component, make sure that you are using a pointer. So radial force component is equals to new object. It's a type of u radial force component, and we want to create this inside this class. So this, and next is the u class. So u class is u radial force component static class. So it will create this component at runtime, right? So next is we have to set the radial force component force strength. I want it to be 2000. Although what we can do, we can have this variable exposed to the blueprint, explosion force, by default explosion impulse force. Next is we will remove the impulse force AI, this one, we don't need that. We don't need that too. Okay. What else? Okay, we have applied the force, radial force component. So next thing is, this is really important. Once you have defined the component, as we are creating this component at runtime, we have to register it. So register means like we are exposing to the world. Next is we will put some force impulse, fire impulse, and we have to define the radius too. Radius will be 400, or we can keep it to 1000. Like we will just applying the damage in the certain radius, but the impulse can be more. Or we can also go for, we can also expose these settings. So explosion impulse radius by default we can keep it to 400 or 1000. We are keeping it 1000. And next is the damage radius. We are keeping it 400. Cool. So okay, and impulse radius is also updated. Okay, next thing is we have to attach it to the component. So what we will do, radius 400 attach to component, and we will use the parent. So root component comma attachment rules. If f attachment transform rules, keep relative transform, and that's it. It should work. Setting visibility to false. Okay, next the destroy one. So once this is done, we will destroy. So this all complexities should be gone. So this is very much concise, like instead of this we are just writing this code, and we are not maintaining any timers and all like previously we were doing. and like 2 times we were using the timer. So this is kind of easy. So let me recheck if everything is fine. First let me save to try. We haven't compiled it yet. Control Shift B. So make sure, but all the classes which I was using, make sure that you are including all the header files for it. As I'm using Rider IDE, it is really fast and it is automatically adding those header files for me. It is not working. Let me close it. And okay, there is two more settings which we have to configure. Radial force component, P impulse velocity change to true. So what it will do, when it will apply the impulse to the bodies, it will convert their velocity to. Next is I will ignore the current body. B ignore owning actor is true. Okay, next. Okay, let's try it again. U radial force component. Perfect. Pressing G, do it again. See? Now this is looking cool. Okay. Next thing is we have to check it with the player body if the player is also simulating with the actor and he is getting any damage. Right. So let me position them accordingly. So the player, he got affected, but okay, he's not getting the damage. The reason being is now we are applying the radial damage, but if you will go to the code AI base, we are just using the take point damage. We are not receiving any radial damage, so we have to explicitly write the code for it. So Control D on take radial damage, on AI take radial damage. Next Alt Enter, generate function. So when we generate it, it just gave me vague names which I don't want, like this is the damage, and using X I'm not getting that idea. So what I will do, I will copy it from the signature, left control and press on radial damage, click on the signature and copy this damage actor, go to here and we will paste it here. Just remove those commas in between. Okay, perfect. Again Alt Enter, generate definition. We will shift this to the CPP, Control X. Sometimes I am not sure why it create the inline functions. If you do have the reason, please let me know. And void, I will create one more function, MAI base on taking damage, and float damage value. So this part I will shift to here, damage value. Okay. Actually this thing we have to keep it here. And what I can do, we will can on taking damage. Okay, we haven't defined it yet, so alt enter, create declaration. Now we can define on taking damage value, and if the health is 0, then we want this, right? So cross paste it. Okay. Okay, so in the radial damage, we don't want to apply this force, as this is already putting some force by the radial impulse. So we don't need to have that force extra. I think we are pretty much done here. Again, Control Shift B or Control B. And we have crossed our deadline, like it crossed 30 minutes if I'm not wrong. Let me check. Awesome. I really love this simulation. See, how they are affecting, it is really good. So this was it for today. If you do like the tutorial, just like and subscribe. If you do have any doubt, just comment it below. I will try my best to sort them out as soon as possible. Thank you and have a nice day.